Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coriel. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of videos planned on coming up, and I have a new video series that's going to be coming up soon. So honestly, I would love if you subscribed to stay around and check it out. Today, I'm going to be doing my spring, summer, it's kind of like year-round everyday makeup routine, like on the days that I feel like wearing makeup, but I don't want to put too much effort in. And honestly, it's pretty simplistic. It's only a few products just to make me feel a little bit more put together rather than not wearing makeup at all. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, normally I just throw on some skincare and call it a day, but I feel like wearing makeup today, and I've been wearing makeup a bit more, especially now that it's nicer out. So let's get right into it. So starting off, I already washed my face. My face is completely clean. Obviously, as you can see, I do have some scars and some breakouts. I have a lot of pigmentation issues from picking at zits and stuff like that, which I don't recommend doing. Okay, I'm stopping the video. I'm editing it. I say and a lot. I'm so sorry. I feel like it's just kind of part of my vernacular. I kind of talk like a valley girl, so I'm so sorry. Do not pick at your acne. That's so bad. So bad. I just can't help it. So anyways, to start out, I'm going to be using the Vanilla Company Dear Hydration Toner. It's just in this little pink bottle. And I just put that in my hands, just put a little bit in my hands. Oh, it's dripping down my arm because it's water. Rubbing my hands together, and I just apply that all over my face and neck. And the reason I do this is just to have a little bit of a watery, tacky base for when I apply the rest of my products, and also it's toner, it's a hydrator. So I like the hydrating feeling that it leaves on my face, and it just, my skin can get pretty dry even in warmer climates. My skin's like weird. It goes from like combination oily to combination dry if I don't take care of it. So I just need that extra step of hydration, and I find that it makes my skin a lot more glowy and pretty. Anyways, the next product I'm going to be using is the Ordinary Buffet Serum with Copper Peptides. And I just take a little bit in my dropper, put it in my hands, it's blue, right between my fingers, and then apply on my face. This serum I got for brightening aspects. I don't know if it's really the best brightening serum, because you could also use a vitamin C serum and get some brightening aspects, but I have noticed that this has brightened my skin a lot. My skin is a lot less dull. And although it might not be the best serum, it's honestly what worked for my skin, because my skin is pretty sensitive to vitamin C. So I didn't want to use vitamin C, because if I use it, my skin would probably react horribly. So I just used some of that. And it does, you can tell, like, my skin is already looking less dull. If you saw it a few months ago, you would have noticed how dull my skin is. And it's so bad. Alright, and for moisturizer, I actually go between two. I have a sample of the Clinique Moisture Surge moisturizer, and I also have a sample, or I have the full size of this will focus, the Belief the True Cream Aqua Bomb. And generally I like gel moisturizers, because oily moisturizers or like oil-based moisturizers tend to be a little bit heavy on my skin. And like I said, I sometimes have oily skin. So honestly, I didn't want to use an oil-based moisturizer, because if I used an oil-based moisturizer, it would just, my T-zone would get so oily. So today I actually am going to be using the True Cream. I have been using the Clinique one, but I miss my tried and true. I've been using the True Cream Aqua Bomb since I was about 15 or 16 years old. My aunt bought me my first jar of it, and now I literally cannot give it up because I just love it so much. It is my favorite product. It is my holy grail. Like, if I was on a deserted island and I had to bring one product with me, it would be this moisturizer. See, look at that glow. Like, look, I'm obsessed. Okay, next step. So the next thing that you're going to want to use is this SPF. Unless it's nighttime, you really don't need SPFs. Obviously, the sun's not out. But because it is currently 10:58 a.m., I'm going to apply some SPF because even though I'm staying in the house for the majority of the day, if I even go out at all today, the sun still comes through your windows, so you still want to protect your face. Even in winter, people don't think to wear SPF in winter, and you want to wear SPF in winter because the sun is still out. Your face is still getting damaged from the sun. So the one that I currently use and I am obsessed with, it took me forever to pick this up. I've been hearing about it for years. It took me forever to pick it up, and I just fell in love with it the first time I used it, is the Hero Force Shield. And what I like about this, it's only SPF 30. The last one I was using was SPF 50, and my issue is I put on sunscreen in the morning and then I don't reapply because I'm wearing makeup. So if you have any good recommendations of SPF that I can apply over my makeup, whether it's a spray or something like that, just something easy that I can throw on, please let me know in the comments because I really do need SPF to apply throughout the day. If I'm not wearing makeup, I have a travel size of the Force Shield in my purse. So I don't really need to take this with me. Sometimes I do if I don't feel like bringing, if I run out of the sample size, which I'm almost out of my current one. So if I don't have a sample size, I bring this with me if I'm not wearing makeup because obviously I want to reapply throughout the day. So I just put 3 pumps on my fingers, 2 to 3 pumps, it depends. I normally try to do 3 because obviously you want a good amount of sunscreen on your face. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, that's overkill. But realistically, you need a good amount of sunscreen to be able to have the full protection of it. So, and like I said, this is SPF 30. And you might notice it's leaving a little bit of a white cast on my face. I don't really mind because it dies down when it dries. But what I also like about this is that it is also green. So if you have any rosacea or anything like that, I personally don't. My cheeks don't really have rosacea. They're a little red right now because I just rubbed all over my face. I don't really deal with redness, but if you have redness, it's going to help not fully neutralize, obviously, because it's only green tinted. It's not like you're using a green color concealer or green concealer, but it's green tinted, so it'll help just calm down the redness. Alright, so I had to take a little bit of a break. It is currently 11:52, so it's like an hour almost after, or like maybe like 40 minutes after I filmed that last part of me doing my skincare, because my camera was about to die. So let's hop right back into this. This is like my go-to makeup. It's very simple, very easy. So let's get started. First thing we're going to be using is this. It's the Milani Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. Again, another hydrating product. I've been focusing a lot more on doing hydration on my face to kind of combat the oiliness, because for me, when my face does end up getting dry, it'll get really oily after. So I like using some hydrating products to really counteract that. And I like this product. It's very thick and it's tacky, so it really holds my makeup, and I love it. I just apply this all over my face. I don't really do like foundation or concealer for like my everyday makeup. I know some people use concealer every day or foundation every day. I just don't feel the need for that. Obviously, if you are like me and you have some scars or some pimples or whatever and you want to cover them up, feel free, but you are beautiful with it showing. And that's what I'm kind of preaching to myself. I'm trying to learn this whole new self-love and self-acceptance kind of mantra into my life. So I try not to use as much like as many concealing products, because I do have a pretty good base. It's just I have some scars and stuff like that, so it's not really too big of an insecurity for me. Also, before I forget, I did use some of this Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in Gummy Bear. I got this around Christmas and I love it. It is my favorite lip balm I've ever used. I have a few that I use, but this one, oh, holy grail, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's start on my face. First things first, we're gonna do the brows, and I don't fill them in on days that I do this makeup. Sometimes I will, but today I'm not feeling it, so I just take some of the NYX, some of the brow glue by NYX, and I just apply that throughout my brows. I just brush them up like this, and then I just smooth it out and get a really nice shape. I like the front of my brows to be a little bit more fluffy. I need to do them. They're a little bit all over the place. But yeah, that's what I do. I just literally brush up my brows like this. Really get that product in there. And then smooth it out. Like that. And that's my brows done. As you can see, they're kind of fluffy and they're just uniformly shaped, so I don't have to really worry about that. Next, as that's setting, I go into my contour bronzer. I use the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in the shade Amber 01. This is the lightest shade, so I just take that and I just apply it on the perimeters of my face. This is kind of low. In the hollows of my cheeks and just around the jaw a little bit. I do a little bit on my nose. This is just kind of how I place it out, just to give me a little bit of a bronze. I do use bronzer as well, but yeah. And then I take an e.l.f. buffing foundation brush and I just buff in. So as you can see, just gives my face a little bit more shape, a little bit more color, because I am pretty pale. So it's not overbearing color, but it's there. It's still there. Then I take a Morphe M406 brush and the e.l.f. Luminous Putty blush in the shade Bermuda, which is this nice, really deeper pinky coral almost color. It's like kind of corally, kind of not. I just take a little bit of this, load it up on the brush. This is just a stippling brush, and I just apply that on my cheeks. Just give me a little bit of color. They're all on the nose, give me a little sunburn look. I try not to focus too much on the apples. I kind of focus it on more on the high points of my face, just because I find that's what works best, but I do bring it onto the apples. Yeah. I do have like a bit of a rounder face, so I find that sometimes bringing it onto the apples like I did today kind of rounds my face out a little bit more if I really want to play into that round face shape, which today I do. But yeah, it looks really just nice. And you can stop here. I get very worried that even with a good setting spray and a good amount of it, that my cream makeup is going to transfer. I know that's not a big deal for most people, but it does give me a little bit of anxiety. And I do also like to layer products. I like layering cream and powder products. I just think it's fun. I also love laying creams over powders, which sometimes I will do that instead if I just go straight in with my bronzer, and then where I want a little bit more depth, like in my cheekbones, I'll apply a little bit of the cream contour over it and then a little bit more of the powder. And it doesn't get patchy, it doesn't get muddy or anything like that. It just looks really, 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 really nice. And now I'm taking just like the sample of the NARS Laguna bronzer. Obviously, you can see I use this quite a bit. This is just a sample that I got for my birthday last year from Sephora. And I just drag that along my forehead. Take it on the side of the brush, on the cheekbones. Just really bronzing that up. See, now you can see I have a little bit of a contour, which I don't use this really as a contour. I do a little bit, but if I want to like deep contour, I just take a contouring shade instead of just using my bronzer. And obviously this is a very glowy look, so yeah, I use that. And next I'm taking the Wet n Wild Hello Halo in the shade Highlight Bling, and it's a blush highlighter duo. The highlighter I don't use as much. I'll use it on occasion. It's very glittery, so it's not like the best highlight ever. It's very pretty, but it's not the best. It's pretty glittery, and I don't like glittery highlights. I like natural highlights, but I will use it. And I'm going to use it today because it's the only highlighter I have right now. But I'm just taking a little bit of the blush on the same what is this, 406? Yeah, M406. Taking a bit of the blush on it. This nice, again, corally blush. A little bit brighter, like a little lighter than the cream blush that we used. And I just apply this over. Beautiful. And yeah, you can see, very glowy, very, very glowy. Glowy skin is what we want, especially in spring and summer. I'm a matte girl in fall and winter. I'll use a luminous blush like the Milani Luminoso or this Wet n Wild blush I'll use in the winter, just to give some sort of like glowy dimension to my face, but it's not my end all be all goal because I do like a matte face in winter and fall. Alright, next we're going to, actually I just realized I need a lip product. I'll use this one. We're gonna do mascara next. I don't curl my lashes often. I just kind of let them sit wherever they want. I just take this Essence mascara. It's the like teal colored Essence mascara, Lash Princess mascara. If you have any good mascara recommendations, please let me know. Yeah, that's my mascara. I kind of put it a little bit, like you can see it's a little bit on my lash line. Not so much on the side, but like on the side. You can just tell. It gives a little bit more definition. I'm actually, you can tell on the bottom lashes I kind of do that, but I'm going to put a little bit more on this side. But that's all I do for mascara. I just do a few little coats and I just let them do whatever they want throughout the day. Highlight. Going in with the Hello Halo blush and highlight duo, and I take a Morphe 532 brush. This is one I've had for years. I just take a little bit on there, a little bit on my nose, down the center, just to elongate my nose a little bit because I feel like it's a little short. I'm just taking a little bit and I'm really just tapping. I'm going to tap this onto my cheekbones just to give me a little bit of brightness in that area, just to have, you can tell, like a little bit of dimension. And a little bit above my brows, just leftover, whatever's left over on my brush, a little bit on my brows, and on my Cupid's bow. Again, whatever is left over on my brush. Okay, and I am a setting spray before lips type of person. I'm using this Ulta Beauty Wanna Be Fresh makeup setting spray. It's the Dewy Finish. The Dewy Finish setting spray. And I just apply a few sprays of that. And yeah, then I have my nice little dewy, glowy makeup for spring and summer. Lip changes every single day. I was really cut off. My lip changes every single day. I have a bunch of lip products. I really don't have a set one that I go to. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lifter Gloss with hyaluronic acid in the shade 012 Opal. So focus. 012 Opal. Yeah, nice. This is just a nice lightweight gloss. I really like it. But yeah, this is my everyday makeup look. Like I said, it's not really anything special. It's just a few products and I throw them on my face and I go about my day. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new here, and look forward to the upcoming videos, so please stay tuned for that. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Get out there, get everything done, be a boss bitch. You know the vibes. You know the fucking vibes. So I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.